So what's it like to paramotor?
It's calling me, like the rainbow. Moonshiners 2023.
Is this your first time?
Yeah,
You mind if I record it?
no,
We're live on YouTube now.
grand.
You're doing real good, man. I didn't stay on it my first time.
I was having a hard time getting on it.
Here comes the hairpin turn.
Getting into this sport, paramotor pilots immediately start their search for alternate transportation that increases their chances of injury by at least 62%. And there's lots to choose from, but which one's the best?
You sell me donkey!
The two that you'll see most are the 9-bot Segway and the infamous Onewheel. The Segway is stable, long-lasting, easy to learn, and it costs less than $500. A few years back, someone let me borrow one to carry my gear down a long runway, and I've been riding one ever since. The Onewheel is a lot more fun to ride because it's sportier, faster, and a lot more nimble. Downside is these guys are less stable, harder to master, and you got a better chance of getting hurt. A new Onewheel GT will cost you $2,200. Just like most things in our sport, it boils down to risk versus reward.
Show me that wound, man. How'd you get that?
Onewheel.
Yeah? Look at you go.
Hey, little buddy, I'll teach you how to fly. In my state, unless the landowner charges you to fly out of his field, he's not liable for injuries that might occur. For some owners, though, it might not be enough. So here's a tip. Carry extra liability release forms with you. You can download a professional brochure and form on the USPPA's website. It's free and geared specifically toward landowners. This, along with knowing your own state's laws, can put their minds at ease, and it might make a difference. It'll make you look good, too. Step on his tail. If you ever see one of these guys at an airport, it's called a segmented circle. There's usually a tetrahedron or a windsock in the middle to show the wind direction, and the lines show the suggested traffic pattern of the runways. I say suggested traffic because at an uncontrolled field, pilots can use any pattern they choose. Heck, they can come in all cattywampus if they want. So it's best to monitor the entire area and keep your head on a swivel. A loose belt isn't good for the motor or the belt and can decrease power. If you've ever wondered if there was an easy way to check it, turns out there's an app for that. The app's called Pitch Tuner and is available for iPhone and Android. You use it to determine how loud the noise is after snapping the belt. It's not scientific, but it'll give you an idea of how tight it is. Just make sure the engine's cold when you do it.
Was it fun?
Oh yeah, oh yeah. I cried and screamed like constantly.
At the same time?
Both. Like
When is the best time to plan for an emergency? Before it happens.
here in this wonderful soybean field with a beautiful wing, and the old tank's registering 0. I swear I filled up. A little short on fuel.
Landing out can be a pain, but if you keep track of these two things, it doesn't have to be painful. The first is tracking the wind direction as you fly, and the second is always having an out. The out is a predetermined spot where you'll land when the motor stops motoring. It's something that's selected and reselected as you fly along, because you never want to find yourself in a situation where a good out isn't available. Keeping track of the wind direction is important because you'll want to land into it if that's the safest choice. At first, you'll use clues like treetops, smoke, ground speed, and water surfaces to give you the info you need. But after a while, your brain will start tracking these things for you, and it'll become second nature. Knowing these things ahead of time will give you more time to concentrate on other important variables that might pop up and help you make that perfect off-field landing.
You gonna do it, Brooke?
Yes, I'm doing it.
All right, man.
Take my money!
You're crazy, dude.
Why are you down there? I was not Don't get it tucked in there.
Your first time up? You excited?
Yeah.
Have fun. How was it?
Awesome.
By the way, that symbol on the tarmac I flew over earlier is called a compass rose. It's used to calibrate magnetic compasses. Just center yourself in the middle, point directly to the big end, and that's what your compass should read, magnetic north. Hey, airplanes use it, helicopters use it, anyone can use it, and now that you know what it is, you can too.
Well, that's it. That's the 7th annual Moonshiners fly-in. Awesome time as always. Moonshiners just offers the most beautiful backdrop for paramotoring that I found, and it's a staple fly-in for me. Up next, September 1st, is the Dave Purdon fly-in, and you won't want to miss that. I'm telling you, it's just like right there on the Ohio River, right on the border of Kentucky and Ohio. Huge fields to carve, good energy, and family friendly too. So if you make it there, stop by, say hey, and until then, ciao.
Oh, before I forget, thumbs up if you ground start.